Welcome back. Diplomatic Channel has been following the U.S. election very closely ever since two very interesting people, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, joined the race and became their party's nominees. Either way, America will be making history, its first female president, or Donald Trump, a billionaire businessman with sometimes extreme ideas on how to make America great again. Here's how far both candidates have come as they head for the White House.
It has been a grueling race for the two main candidates in this election, as they both try to sway votes in a very important election in November.
Asking the American people to dream big once again. What follows is my 100-day action plan to make America great again.
The last time Americans were this invested in an election was 8 years ago, when President Barack Obama ran for office. America was on the verge of electing its first African-American president. Hillary Clinton made the announcement in April 2015 that she would be running for President of the United States, having spent almost 30 years in public service. The former First Lady has served as United States Senator for New York from 2001 to 2009, Secretary of State under the Obama administration from 2009 to 2013. But the race to the White House is an all-familiar path to Hillary, as she was runner-up in the 2008 Democratic primaries, making her candidacy in the 2016 election her second bid for the presidency. During the primary election, she had the support from middle-aged and lower voters, and from Black, Latino, and female voters. Hillary Clinton has focused on several issues, such as expanding racial and women's rights, raising wages, and ensuring equal pay for women, and improving health care, almost the same as her closest rival in the primaries, Bernie Sanders. Clinton, however, reached the required number of delegates, including both pledged delegates and superdelegates, to be declared presumptive nominee of the Democratic Party on June the 6th, 2016. Bernie Sanders endorsed her candidacy a week later.
Rules, I move that all votes cast by delegates be reflected in the official record, and I move that Hillary Clinton be selected as the nominee of the Democratic
Though both have differed on a number of issues, they have been able to come out with a joint plan of action about what needs to be fixed in America, and both continue to campaign tirelessly for America to elect a president who will carry those values. However much the progress Hillary Clinton has made, Americans are yet to forgive her for the death of an American ambassador in Benghazi, who was killed during an attack the State Department had received adequate warning about. Investigations into the incident had led to a scandal over her emails, both personal and official, and the servers involved. WikiLeaks has also been a bane on her campaign, having released information about the Clinton Foundation receiving donation for speeches. The FBI said it was investigating new emails from former Clinton assistant Huma Abedin, but the mails pertain to her estranged husband, Anthony Weiner, who is under investigation for having sexual relations with an underage girl.
That was a mistake, and I take responsibility for using a personal email account. Obviously, if I were to do it over again, I would not. I'm not making any excuses. It was a mistake.
Now to Hillary Clinton's male rival in the race to the White House, Republican nominee Donald Trump. The billionaire businessman who has promised Americans he will make the nation great again. The businessman, television producer, and now politician has been the most controversial in the race. Trump has insulted almost anyone who has had anything to do with the elections, from rivals in the primaries to the media, even to the president, whom he blames for all the problems in the Middle East. Trump has never been in politics, but his persistence and slogan to make America great again has won the hearts of a number of Americans across the country who say Trump is real and speaks the people's mind.
I'm personally a little tired of all the politicians and all the games, and him not being a politician is appealing to me.
Trump has suggested extreme measures against migrants, keeping them out of the United States as solution to acts of terror within the United States.
We're not going to take the risk when it comes to the safety of the American people, no longer. So let me state this as clearly as I can. If I'm elected president, I am going to keep radical Islamic terrorists the hell out of our country.
And when reports revealed he had cheated the tax system for almost 20 years, he promised to check the loophole that allowed people like him to cheat the system. Despite general opinion, Trump, who could have been said to have been the underdog in this race, has powered through. He announced in June 2015 his candidacy for president as a Republican and quickly emerged as the frontrunner for his party's nomination. Trump's insults have not surprised many, at least not until the Hollywood Access video was released, in which Trump was heard talking about grouping women. Many women have come out since then, saying they have either been insulted or assaulted by Trump. He has called them liars, denying the accusations and trying to deflect attention to rival Hillary Clinton's husband's record of women he assaulted while in office.
So I just want to tell you
Trump's campaign is gaining grounds in many states. Both candidates have their flaws, but one thing stands out. Whoever wins this race will not receive victory on a platter of gold.
Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has led the Canadian delegation in a series of meetings with heads of European institutions on Sunday over a free trade deal that aims to generate jobs and growth, though it must still clear some 40 national and regional parliaments in Europe in the coming years to enter fully into force. Quebec's Premier Philippe Couillard and Canada's International Trade Minister Chrystia Freeland were part of the delegation. After a summit at the European Council, the EU and Canada signed the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, a step that should enable a provisional implementation of the pact early in 2017. The CETA passage has not been smooth. To security matters, Saudi Arabia says it has arrested at least 8 suspected militants plotting killings and a car bombing, and that authorities are pursuing other accomplices. A ministry statement said those arrested included Islamic State suspects who had planned killings of security officials in the Shakra district north of the capital, Riyadh. Other militants had planned to attack civilians in the eastern city of Qatif and stage a car bomb attack on a visiting United Arab Emirates football team at a stadium in the western port city of Jeddah. Finally, voters in Ivory Coast cast their ballot on Sunday in a referendum to decide whether to approve a new constitution that President Alassane Ouattara argues will guarantee peace in the wake of years of political turmoil. Under President Ouattara, the country has made an impressive recovery since the 2011 civil war capped a decade-long crisis. The International Monetary Fund projects it will be Africa's fastest-growing economy this year. Despite 5 years of peace, however, Ivorians remain deeply divided along political and ethnic fault lines, and both they and the investors who are now flooding in crave the stability that will allow the world's top cocoa grower to cement its status as the continent's rising star. Opposition parties have called for a boycott, arguing that the new text was designed to further entrench Ouattara's political coalition. That's the program this week. Thanks for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. I'll see you next time.